Today we will see using a potentiometer how can we balance one potential difference against other. So last class you have seen the basic principle of potentiometer. There we have seen that for a potentiometer the potential difference is proportional to length and potential difference V is equal to a constant K into length. The value of K determines sensitivity of the potentiometer. So K is equal to V by L. K should be small in order to have a high sensitivity for the potentiometer. K is otherwise known as, has one more name called potential gradient. Potential divided by length is called a potential gradient. That we have seen in the previous class. So for a potentiometer, the potential difference proportional to length of the wire. So V is equal to K into L or K is equal to V by L. It is called the potential gradient. For high sensitivity, the K should be very small. For that, current should be less or length of the wire should be large. For having the value of K to be small. So K is called a potential gradient. Now we'll study how using a potentiometer we can balance another potential difference. So I'll draw a simple diagram to understand this. Suppose we have two cells. Have one cell of EM of 10 volt and I have one more cell connected here of same EM of 10 volt and in between them I am connecting a galvanometer. This is a galvanometer. This is the connection. This is positive, here also positive, here negative, here also negative. Now, this is a galvanometer. Galvanometer has got a needle. When no current flows through galvanometer, the needle will stand vertical. When current flows in one direction, needle moves to one direction. If current reverses, needle also will move to the opposite side. No current moves in one direction, current moves in another direction. So, direction of current flow we can understand with the help of galvanometer. If there is no current flowing, needle stands vertical. If current flows in one direction, needle moves to one side. If current flows in opposite direction, current moves to the opposite, needle moves to the opposite direction. Now here what happens is, this cell will provide current in this direction, from positive to negative. This is the direction of current provided by the cell in this direction. What about this cell? This cell will give current in the opposite direction. Opposite direction. This is anti-clockwise and here it is clockwise. So what happens is both currents will try to pass through the galvanometer. This cell will provide current in this direction, means in the upward direction to the galvanometer. Then what about the next cell? This cell will provide current in the opposite direction, in this opposite direction. Both cells have a equal potential difference. So what will happen? So at the galvanometer there will be currents in opposite direction. So it will balance the galvanometer. The galvanometer is not able to deflect in either direction if both are having same potential difference. That's the basic concept. So if two cells of equal EMF are applied and they are connected to a galvanometer in this manner, the galvanometer needle will not be able to move at all. The needle shows null deflection or zero deflection. That's the basic concept. And if any one cell is having more voltage, what will happen is, for example, I'll draw one more diagram to understand this. Suppose this cell is having more voltage. This is 12 volt. 12 volt. So this current is more. In this direction, current in the anti-clockwise direction is more. So this is large current. Large current. And this cell will provide current in this direction. This is small current. Comparatively small current. Small current. So there is an imbalance. This is large. This large current makes the galvanometer needle to deflect to one side. So that's the concept of balancing two cells using galvanometer. So here we use potentiometer by the same concept to balance one potential difference against other potential difference. Now I will draw the diagram of a potentiometer. How can we balance one potential difference against another? So we have seen that for a potentiometer there will be a wooden board having wire conducting wire of 10 meter length. So I am not drawing 10 meter length, I am drawing only 2 foldings. So from A to B, from A to B, what will be the length? It will be 10 meters. Now I will draw the primary connection. For the primary connection, I have the main cell having a main battery. Then there will be a rheostat. Then there can be an ammeter. Then there will be a switch also. It will be connected to the terminal B. This is the connection, positive and negative. Now this cell, this is the main cell. Suppose the cell is having, for example, the cell is having a voltage of 10 volt. Now from A to B we have a length of 10 meters. So between 10 meter from A to B we have 10 volt. Now I'll select a middle point here. Let us see here. Between A and C we will have a 5 meter length, and what will be the voltage dropped between A and C? It will be 5 volt. Now what I am going to do is, suppose I have one cell, I will connect that cell, positive of the cell here. Let the cell is having a potential difference of 5 volt. I will connect it here, and here I am connecting the galvanometer. Then the other end of galvanometer I am connecting to a sliding contact. This is a movable sliding contact. It is touching at the point C. Now the same condition exists here. From between A and C we have a 5 volt. This cell also having 5 volt. So at one end of the galvanometer needle, means at this side we have here at one side we have negative, other side also we have negative. Here what happens? One side here we have negative of the cell, here we have a negative of the other cell. Positive connected together. This positive comes here, this positive also comes here. So positive come together. Negative of the both cells across the galvanometer. Negative one at one end, this negative at the other end through this connection. So what will happen? The 5 volt will be balanced by 5 volts. This 5 volt cell is balanced by 5 volt of the main cell or driver cell. The driver cell provides a 5 volt between A and C. So this voltage is balanced. Now what about the galvanometer needle? The galvanometer needle will not show any deflection. That's called the balancing condition. Now we can say that. Now I'll just replace this with a symbol. I am going to use symbols rather than the values. Suppose I have E be the EMF of the main cell. Let E1 be the EMF of this L. Between A and C, let the length be L1 between A and C. Means here we know that it is a middle, C is the middle point, length will be 5 meters. Suppose we can use the length L1. This length is called the balancing length. So by concept what I can write, the EMF of the cell E1 is proportional to L1. Means 5 volt is balanced at this length. So E1 proportional to L1. Now suppose I need to compare two EMF. What I will do? I will use one more cell. So we will see the first application of the potentiometer, that is to compare EMF of two cells. Suppose we have two cells. We need to compare the EMF of the cells. We will just make a slight modification in the diagram. Here only we will make this modification. What we will do? We will connect two cells here. Here we will have two cells. This is one cell. This is a other cell, second cell. And here we will have a two-way key. These are the points of the key. One will be connected here, other will be connected here. This will connect to the galvanometer, and this end will connect to the jockey. This is a sliding contact point. Both positives are connected together, negatives also connected together. Let this cell has an EMF E1, this has an EMF E2. EMF E1 and E2. We need to compare, we don't know the values of E1 and E2. We need to compare the EMF of E1 and E2. What we will do? First we will connect E1 in the circuit. So what we will do? We will make these points in contact. So in the circuit we have E1, cell E1. E2 is not connected now. E1 will connect. The EMF of E1 is balanced using the potentiometer wire. I will replace the point C also. Now I don't need a point C. I need another point. I'm going to consider another point. Let me complete the diagram. So I'm just replacing the point. What I will do? I will just move the jockey over the wire. Suppose at this point I am getting balancing. Means When the jockey reaches here, the balance point is taking place. Means the galvanometer not showing any deflection. Now I can mark the point as N1. Let A to N1, the length between A and N1 be L1. Means from A to N1, the length is L1. Now it is balanced. So what we can understand from this E1, the EMF of this cell should be proportional to this length. So I can write E1 proportional to L1. Next up, I need to include second cell. So what I need to make a slight modification here. I will touch this end here. Here I will make the connection. Let E2 be having another EMF, not equal to E1. So balancing point also will shift. This may not be the balancing point. The balancing point may shift. So N1 was the initial balancing point. Now balancing point may shift. So I need another balancing point. Now suppose I move the point here. This is the new balancing point. I can mark as N2. N1 was the previous balancing point. I can just mark by a dotted line. Now this is the balance point. Now I will measure the length between A and N2. So A to N2. From between A and N2, let the length be L2. So what will be proportional? E2 proportional to L2. So I don't know the values of E1 and E2, but I have got the values of L1 and L2. What I will do now? I need the ratio. Experimentally, I have calculated the values of L1 and L2. Take the ratio, dividing the equations. Equation 1, equation 2, when I divide, and to divide these two equations, what I will get? E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. Thus, by knowing the balancing lengths with the cell E1 and E2, we can find the ratio EMF of the cell L1 and L2. So this is the first application of potentiometer. This is to compare the EMF of two cells. So balancing means we have the primary circuit with a driver cell. Driver cell will create a potential difference in the potentiometer wire. Then we will use one more cell to balance. Then the second cell which we can use can be balanced by the potentiometer wire. Across potentiometer wire there is a potential drop already created by the driver cell. Then we can use the two cells for balancing. What is balancing? When one cell is balancing the voltage of another cell, then galvanometer should not show any deflection. Both will make the galvanometer needle stationary. Means both current will be of same magnitude, same strength. They will just compress the galvanometer needle. Needle is not able to move. That's a concept in simple words. They just compress. Galvanometer needle will not be allowed to move by both currents. Both cells will create currents, and if having same current or in opposite direction, they will just compress the galvanometer needle. The needle is not able to move. That's concept of balancing. Now we can see that by the concept of balancing, we can compare EMF of two cells E1 and E2. Okay, thank you.